It starts with the eyes, it always does, and I'm married, so I can't start a video with my covering, but I think that's the biggest thing. If I'm going to give you guys an explanation about what's been happening and why it's been happening. I've had a lot of time and experience dealing with this whole judgment thing. I'm transparent and honest. I always will be. I think one of the biggest things is, and I know, evil is getting glorified. But scripture said that they will call good evil and evil good, right? It's been a judgment and it's a tribulation and all that. And for a long time, my warm heart turned cold. At this point, it was to get out of pain. But my wife kind of set me straight on things. I have no idea how she does what she does, but that's probably why she's my wife. Right? I was reading the scripture about, I made a promise to the exiles and that you would pray and I would hear you. I've heard you. I've seen enough. And the Spirit had me come to this city and kind of deal with some things. Say goodbye to my enemies type of thing. I ministered a lot and some should have left me alone, but they didn't. So I don't know what to tell you about that. I was praying about it, and it's not like me to apologize. And I've never seen anything in scripture that I would ever apologize for because exactly, there's my wife. But I said that I was going to give her credit for everything. She's been on me about this judgment thing. She's not happy about it at all. She sees the world pretty correctly, a lot more correctly than anybody I've ever met. And sometimes it's just mind blowing how correctly she sees it. This has to end. And the Spirit was telling me already, I whooped this world's ass. But that's not who I am, and that's not where I want to leave things. So, grace. And I said I was going to give grace. I did. I get tired of saying it, but I took your punishment again. But grace. Now, grace is it's a bigger thing than I think has been taught because, in my own words and how I feel about it, is I feel like the church gets it wrong. Like I watch pastors and news channels, and I'm just, no, that's not right. And it paints a different picture than I can actually paint. So, I mean, first of all, I'll say it was an antichrist administration before you removed my president. So I was kind of pissed off at that. You peeved me on that. I felt that he shouldn't have gotten attacked like that. And I felt he needed to rest. And you guys need to see who was actually in control. And now that I think this whole witch thing is way out of control. I thought a lot of people were out of control and that you can't see up from down anymore. Which the scripture says it would be like the flood. So that makes sense to me. I still don't understand simple obedience and why people don't have the ability. Stop. It's been hard for me to, because I'm never going to go against scripture, but it's been really hard for me to be like, well, you're walking with me or you won't. I was saying this before. I'm either going to welcome you with open arms or I'm going to say, depart from me because I never knew you. And that's been hard because I've had people just all angry at me for choices they made. So I've avoided them, which contributed to my lack of acceptance and ability to assist. And I didn't come here to do that. I've never seen anything this dark before. So it's been kind of what was an easy fix before is, and everybody's been telling me, you have the power to change this. I can't go against free will. That's the hard part. So it took pain and pressure to get people happy, which is why I came. Because I had to put you in a position where you wanted to change something in your life that was hurting you. Like I heard from heaven the entire time. And I kept saying, we'll do this. And people would not do that. So instead of people listening to me say the same thing over and over again, I came down and I was like, okay. And I'm not leaving. That's not what I'm saying. But I feel you deserve an explanation because through it all, God's judgment and everything, I love people. Now, I did start hating people. I really did. And I feel like a lot of people did too. And I tried to figure out this world and I couldn't. It descended so fast into so much darkness that I just. Well, everything against God is against me. So I'm going to be feeling a certain way. Pause. Let me see what my wife had to say. Make sure she's okay.